Brandon Graham coming back tells me that this Eagles team is primed for another Super Bowl run. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Philly Talk with PA. Make sure y'all, subscribe, like video, man. Um, so yeah, as most of you guys know, had the opportunity to meet the man himself, Brandon Graham, this past Friday here at Michigan. Bro, I shook this man's hand. He was like, "How you doing, brother?" I was like, "Good." Like, bro, that man was still in the gym, bro. Took a photo with him, you know. Very crowded. Got the photo. He's like, "Yo, what's up, EG? Like, I'm from New Jersey, but that's cool." Bro, that man still be in the gym, bro. And it's actually pretty ironic because that Friday, it was a talk that I was at. It was this conference, and he was here the entire weekend talking like, yeah, man, just happy to spend time with the family and more time at home, with the kids and doing this. Bro, I'm telling you, this man Brandon Graham, no disrespect, this man Brandon Graham saw Josh Uche getting off his line against the New York Giants and start grittying against Andrew Thomas. It was like, nah, like they need me. This man saw Darius Smith retire. It was like, yup, they need me. I don't know if it was all him or maybe his wife. Shout out to his wife. Maybe he got him like, yo, like you still got the itch to play. Like maybe if you got it in you, one more season. But Brandon Graham coming back to that locker room, obviously one of the greatest leaders and players the Eagles franchise has ever had. Most likely number retired when it's all said and done. We're talking about that caliber of a player, all pro, pro bowler, 2-time Super Bowl champion, maybe hopefully 3 times after this season. And yeah, once again, I'm just looking at this D line. Aside from Jalen Carter and Jalen Hunt, since the Nolan Smith injury, no one has gotten consistent pressure. Now Jordan Davis, he's still having a really good season. We all know the Rams game, breakout game for the field, especially on special teams. But this and Jordan Davis is really good at stop. We saw with the running game against Minnesota. I believe Madison had 57 yards rushing or 50 yards rushing. You had once again that college combination, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean. And we all know that Georgia run defense, when Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis were on the field together, was on clamps. It was box, seat belt, whatever you want to do. To anybody who tried to run the football against those Georgia teams, got stuffed at the line of scrimmage. We saw a lot of that this past Sunday with Jordan Mason and the crew. But this D-line wasn't really generating pressure until yesterday. Now, when Jalen Carter obviously comes back from injury, Jalen Hunt, he was cooking. But obviously Minnesota's got some weaker tackles. But, you were talking about, a team that, and I just found it hilarious. I was on, radio earlier today, me and the guys just going over QBs that need to be held accountable and whatnot. I just found it funny. And Jalen Hunt in his post game said he found it funny too, how when the Eagles lose 2 games, it's like the sky is falling, the world is burning, everything's going dark. The Buffalo Bills lose 2 games in a row. Oh, it's Josh Allen, the Bills, they'll get it back on track. When the Bills haven't really shown much of anything, history-wise, that they will get it back on track and get there in the big moments when it's time, the Buffalo Bills have never done that. So I just find it funny. Jalen Hunt obviously finds it very funny, but you saw Nolan Smith posted 2 things on the story today. First thing was OG back. Welcome back, Unk. BG post. Second thing he posted was him on that squat rack, saying one more week. So sounds Nolan Smith will be back. Not this week, potentially, but maybe either this coming week against New York or the week after. Who we play? Forget what we're playing, but he'll be back either for that Giants game next week or after the bye, Green Bay. I like Nolan Smith coming back after the bye, sitting out this week against the Giants. Although it'd be really nice to have him out there on the field. You don't play against the Giants, get into that bye week. That's 2 extra weeks of rest. Now you come out against Green Bay and dominate, Jordan Love in that offense. But overall, this defense, it's been a lot of bend, don't break. We've seen especially their best play as so far by far has been in the red zone. They're the third best red zone defense in the league. But across the board, the 26th third down defense. Now, that's a lot has to do with that second corner spot. Like, Quinyon Mitchell can't guard everyone. Cooper DeJean can't guard everyone. Andrew Makuba and Reed Blankenship. Now, Andrew Makuba, he hasn't had like a Kyle Hamilton rookie season, but it's not like he's had like a horrible, like people are trying to make it sound like he's like paying like, man is a rookie. He's gonna make mistakes. He's got Reed Blankenship across from him, helping him out. But yeah, Andrew Makuba and Reed Blankenship can't help bracket everyone. Like, that second corner spot has been very crucial because every time it's third down, passing situation, where did Dak Prescott go? CeeDee Lamb, who for some reason was being guarded by Dory Jackson. Where did Bo Nix go? Marvin Mims, who was being guarded by Keely Ringo or Dory Jackson. Where did Jackson Dart go? Lil Jordan Humphrey, who was being guarded by Keely Ringo. Once again, the second corner spot is not that good. You have the 19th ranked pass defense as well. Now, we know Cooper and Quinyon are locked down, but the Eagles are just giving up so much at that other corner spot. Like, Addison today, 9 for $128. Or sorry, Sunday Addison, 9 for $128. Now, Jetta's 5 for 79. I think any defensive coordinator will take 5 for 79 from Justin Jefferson, especially when you consider about 35 of those yards came on a screen pass. So I think any defensive coordinator will take 4 catches for 40 yards on Justin Jefferson any day. Guys like that, guys like Jamar Chase, guys like A.J. Brown, guys like, Amon-Ra or Mike Evans, like whoever you guys want to put up there. Like, when you hold receivers like that to that low, DC's Vic Fangio, he did an incredible job adjusting, but your 22nd in run defense. I know yesterday, once again, that Nakobe Jordan Davis connection, that's crucial. 20th scoring defense. Jalen Hunt, had that. I think Sunday was the Eagles' arguably best defensive performance of the season. You just look at that team, how they performed, holding that Vikings offense. No matter who the Vikings quarterback is, they're always going to put up points. Holding that Vikings offense to 5 field goals was key. It won them the game. Bend, don't break. Jalen Carter, Jalen Hunt, Nakobe Dean, Coop with that pass breakup on Justin Jefferson. That wasn't a drop. Coop got his hand in there, broke it up. Coop was on clamps on Sunday. the Eagles defense had their best performance of the season. Vic Fangio had his best performance of the season on Sunday at Minnesota. Jalen Hurts as well had his best performance and in totality performance of the season against Minnesota this past Sunday. But you're 23rd in total defense. The defense will get better. Hopefully a trade is made. I was saying earlier, Howie maybe gets Jermaine Johnson from the Jets, Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins, because those teams are going absolutely nowhere quick. But now I think the shift focus goes to corner. Tariq Woolen. I'm forgetting the other guy, corner, that's kind of being talked about. I know Denzel Ward, but I know he's still a heck of a player, still a top 10 corner in this game, but I feel like the money, like the contract, I don't know if we can take that on. I'm forgetting another corner right now that could definitely help us out. I mean, any corner at this point could help us out. But maybe Howie's waiting for Jacorian Bennett to come back from IR, because it seems like Jacorian Bennett was holding his own when he was out there. He didn't give up too much. He hasn't really played that much, I think, for Howie to go out and get Tariq Woolen, one of these other guys out here. L'Jarius Sneed. People say he's not putting in effort. Like, I know, but like, bro, it's Tennessee. What do you want him to do? They're not a good football team. Just fire their head coach. But Brandon Graham, return. This means that, once again, he thinks the Eagles have a chance to go back to the bowl. Jalen Hurts, he said it. Brandon Graham said it. Jalen Hurts, number 1 QB in the NFL. Me personally, I have him at 1 or 2 as well. Where you put him in that. Once again, I'm happy to debate anyone on this. Outside of Patrick Mahomes, there's no one you can definitively say that's coming close to Jalen Hurts. When it matters the most in those big moments. Eagles, they've had the strongest strength of victory so far this season. People like the Bills have only beaten one win and winless teams so far up to this point. But hey, BG, return. It's going to be really fun to see 55 back out there against the New York Giants on Sunday. But it's your boy, Philly Talk with PA, where we always keep it a buck. Always got to keep it a stack over here, man. I'm out.